Hey, is that the fire alarm, dude?
It sure is. Hello YouTube, welcome back to another video. I know for most of my videos, it's just me talking about fire equipment, but today I thought it'd be interesting to switch things up a little bit. So today we're gonna be asking some normal people some questions about fire equipment, and we're at my high school, so let's go ahead and get started. All right, who am I here with?
T Drizzy.
Okay, so I brought a piece of fire equipment for you today, and based on what you can see about it, I want you to answer some questions, okay? What do you think of this?
So we're looking at something the red. It's looking red. It's got some weight to it. I say I could curl this. It would be a struggle to curl this for me. I think it makes sound.
It does.
Yeah.
That's
This
right.
this great looking thing.
Do you want to see the inside of it?
Yeah, I love to.
All right.
Capacitor.
All right. Can you guess what the capacitor is used for on this unit?
Um, it's to store charge, and when the fire alarm is triggered, it allows for the light to be flashed on and off.
That's actually exactly what it is. This kid knows what he's talking about. How much do you think this unit costs?
I think it's up there, give or take $27.59.
Pretty close. All right. Thank you very much. Who am I here with?
Musa.
All right, Musa. Finish the sentence. I love master.
What?
Master boxes. What do you think of this? What do you think of this right here?
Looks amazing, man. I mean, antique and amazing.
How old do you think this is?
1800s.
All right. What do you think it is specifically?
A fire alarm in the very old times.
It is. So this is a game wall box. These things, the original design dates back to the 1800s. Now, this particular one, it might surprise you, was actually made in 2008. What do you think of that?
Very shocking. I thought that thing was made in 1940 at the latest.
These things are still being made as of 2025. Boston, Massachusetts still uses these things. So, did you learn something new today?
Absolutely. And I've been shocked on so many levels.
All right, who am I here with?
Lydia.
All right, so I have a piece of fire equipment for you today. And based on what you see here, you want to hold it?
Yeah, I do.
Can you infer some things about it? What do you think it is and what do you think it does?
It sure looks like a fire alarm, Timothy. Can you pull?
That's
so
a-
a manual. So a manual one.
That's a good shout right there. It is a manual pull station.
That's
And for
awesome.
bonus points, how do you think it works? Like, what do you think it? How when you pull it, how do you think it transmits or sets off the alarm?
I think there are a bunch of little fairies living inside it, and like they go throughout, like the school, for example, and they set off the little ringing sounds.
That's exactly what it is.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's. You should be a fire alarm technician. All right. And what do you think of Latin class?
Oh my God, best class ever. 10 out of 10. I would recommend, especially Miss Small's Latin class.
Who am I here with?
Miss Small.
All right, Miss Ball. So I have a piece of equipment for you today, and based on what you see, do you know what this is?
I do.
What is it?
That is a sprinkler.
That's exactly what it is. Let's go, Miss Mall. All right. So you got bonus points if you can figure out how this works.
I would think the water comes out here, connected to a hose or something up in the ceiling,
Yeah.
and it saves many lives.
Sure does. Fire sprinklers do save lives. And how much do you think this costs?
Less than $2,000, I would say.
Yeah, I think that's correct.
I'd say probably around 30 to 50.
That's pretty close to retail. All right, good job, Miss Mall. I appreciate it. Have a great day. All right.
What happens? Does this break when it heats up?
Yeah, the glass like shatters and then it
And then it
blows
comes
up.
out.
Yeah. All right, who am I here with?
Nick.
All right, Nick. So I brought a piece of fire equipment for you today, and I know you're very, very versed on what fire systems do because you're an expert. But here it is right here. You can hold it. So how much do you think this thing costs right here?
I don't know, maybe a couple $100.
Couple $100. And what do you think this thing even does?
Maybe there's some like light thing. I don't know. It looks it's pretty beaten up in rough condition.
Are you saying my collection's in rough condition? Hint, it goes on the ceiling. There's one right there.
Oh, so does it make the alarm sound?
Yes. Smoke.
Oh,
I don't do that, by the way. That's bad behavior.
No, no, no.
Oh! Maybe that's not the greatest for it, but that's okay. It's a smoke. It's a smoke detector.
Hi, I'm Tanya, and I'm being interviewed by Timothy.
All right, so I have a piece of fire equipment here, And based on what you see here, you you can hold it. What do you think of this? And what do you think it is?
Seems like what they have on an ambulance or a police car or like a fire truck to alert people, and like it's like the thing that like buzzes.
I mean, yeah, you could find this on an ambulance because it is a strobe light. So I guess that's kind of cool. And how old do you think this is?
Like 5 years old.
I'd say that's a pretty valid guess. And then finally, how much do you think it costs?
$50.
I think that's pretty accurate. $50 is probably pretty close to retail. All right, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Who am I here with?
Jonah Gould.
All right, so I brought a piece of fire equipment for you today, and based on what you see, let's see if you know anything about it. So, what do you think this is?
I'm not entirely sure. I've never seen something like this. If I had to random guess, I'll take a hint.
It's related to water. It connects to a pipe, and it connects a sprinkler system to a fire alarm system.
Maybe this is what diverts the flow to certain places, because
In AP Physics, you know how we have those like schematics with the little thing that opens and closes?
the switch.
Yeah, it's a flow switch. How old do you think this thing is?
I'm gonna go with 6 years.
That's probably true. I pulled it out of a dumpster. And how much do you think it costs?
150.
All right, good guess. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Who am I here with?
Nikita.
All right, so I brought a piece of I brought a piece of equipment for you today, and I want you to guess some things about it based on what you see. So, what do you think this is?
A fire alarm.
Yeah, but specifically, like, what does it do?
To detect fires.
Yeah, it actually does. How old do you think this piece of equipment is?
Maybe like 10 years old.
How much do you think it costs?
Like $10.
I guess so. I guess that works. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. All right, who am I here with?
Jonathan Walker.
All right, Jonathan. So I brought a piece of fire equipment for you today because I know you're an expert in this. So based on what you see here, can you tell me how much you think this thing costs?
Give it a good $50.
$50. That's actually pretty close. What do you think this is? What do you think it does?
I would say this has got to be a pull station.
This g-
It just has to be.
this guy knows what it is. What are you majoring in school?
Gonna be a computer science.
All right, so this guy's gonna be a CS major. I can't make that joke on camera, but you can see here there's something that's kind of related to computer science on the back. You got 50 bonus points if you can figure out what this module here does.
God.
You pull the pull station. This module here reports the location of the pull station to the fire panel, so it knows where the station is. Yeah, maybe I should hire you. Do you want to be hired?
Of course.
Are you all right today?
Yes.
No, you're all left.
Wait, what?
Are you all right? Yes. No, you are all left.
All right, so I brought a piece of fire equipment for you today, and I want you to guess a few things about it. So this one looks kind of weird, so I'm going to take it apart. Based on what you see, can you guess what it is?
It looks like a light bulb.
I mean, it does go on the ceiling. There's a couple of these in this room, except they're not obvious.
Oh, like the sprinkler system.
Yes, exactly. So this right here is a concealed sprinkler head. So this cap melts off. What's the dog doing now? Off, and then this deflector comes down, and then it bursts. What do you? How much do you think this costs?
I'll say $50.
Probably retail. That's actually pretty close. All right, thank you very much. All right, who am I here with?
You're out here with your favorite cameraman.
That's right, the best cameraman of all time. So I brought a piece of fire equipment here, as you can see. Take a look all around 360. And what do you think this is?
So I'm looking at it, and it looks like a fire alarm annunciator.
That's exactly what it was. How'd you know that?
I read the label.
What a smart cookie. All right. So how much do you think this piece of equipment costs?
I'm gonna say it ranges anywhere from $250 to $350.
I think that's a pretty fair range. And how old do you think this is?
This piece,
Yeah.
I'm gonna range 5-ish to 3-ish years.
Basically, yeah, 2020. So that's pretty good. Do you have anything else you'd like to add?
subscribe to this guy.
Appreciate it. All right, thank you very much. So we're in AP Lit right now, and we're supposed to be doing work, but I'm gonna do an interview now. So who am I here with?
Bella.
Kelsey.
All right, so I have a piece of fire-related equipment for you today, and based on what you see, I want you to guess some things about it. All right, what do you think? What do you think this is?
Oh my god, it's like oh, I know because we kind of have one at my place of work. So it is on the wall, and if there's a problem with like any system in the building, or it will like beep or something, and then all of these buttons, you can like troubleshoot it. You can see where it's beeping from and like what's like failing. You can silence the alarm.
So I didn't know. Oh, do you want me to hold it, or are you okay holding it?
I'm okay holding
Okay.
it.
I didn't know anything like that about it. To me, it kind of looked like an AC thing, like where you like a thermostat at your house,
It's
like an
kinda
old
like a
one.
fire thermostat.
Is it? It's almost like. Does it like announce stuff?
Yeah, won't like words come up?
It's a fire alarm annunciator, so it controls the system and it kind of mirrors what the fire panel says. But that's pretty good. All right, who am I here with?
Alex Chi.
All right, Alex. So I brought a piece of equipment for you today, and based on what you see here, I want you to guess a couple things about it. So what do you think this is? What do you think it does?
It's like some sort of thing that activates a test, like in your house. It could be like an alarm or something.
Yeah, I guess you could have this in your house. It does say test on it. So that's correct. It is a key switch for testing a smoke detector. How old do you think this piece of equipment is?
Probably from like the early 2000s.
I think that's pretty much spot on, actually, this particular one. And how expensive would it be right now if you were to buy this off eBay or something like that?
Maybe like $20.
I think that's pretty close too. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. All right, who am I here with?
John.
All right, John. So we're here, and I have some questions for you about fire equipment. So over here, we have a fire extinguisher, we have a fire alarm, and another fire alarm. And my question for you is, do you know how to use a fire extinguisher without reading the directions?
Yeah, I actually do. So first of all, you have to pull that pin. After you pull that pin, you squeeze this and aim. It's the fire alarm. You pull it down, or you gotta lift it first. Then you pull it, and then it gives it alarms the store with how many fire alarms you have, and then after that, the fire department comes here.
All right, who am I here with?
I'm Juliana. I'm Scarlett.
All right, so we have a group of two here, so I'm gonna give them a tough one. What do you think this is right here?
A radio.
Something probably having to do with fire alarms.
That sure is correct. So, yo, what's up? What do you think of this? I'll give you a hint. It's related to smoke detection.
That's really interesting. There's lots of wires. It kind of looks confusing.
Yeah. So this is a smoke detector that mounts on an air duct. So you can see there's a smoke detector inside. What do you think the estimated cost of this piece of equipment is?
$50.
$2,000.
I think that's it. All right. I appreciate it. Thank you guys very much. All right. Who am I here with? Spencer. Palmer. All right. So I brought this piece of equipment for you today. And based on what you see here, you guys can hold it. What do you think this is? Take a guess.
I'm taking a look at this right here, and I see nothing but a white square. But if I look deeper into it, into the world of fire alarms and stuff, I see that outer portion of a fire alarm. That's what I see.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of with Amr. I don't really know what this is. There's a lot of wires, so it probably is like a lot.
How much do you think this piece of equipment costs if you were to guess?
I feel like since you asked that question, it's probably more than it looks. So I'll say like 100.
I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna have to go somewhere between $69 and $420 because this is an interesting piece of equipment. It must have an expensive price tag to it.
Do you have anything else left to say?
I just wanted to say that nothing about this is an amazing piece of equipment, but I just want to shout out the YouTube channel. Make sure you guys keep subscribe, drop a like because I love watching this content.
Appreciate it. That's why they go. All right, who am I here with?
Ivan.
All right, so I have a piece of fire equipment here, and it's actually really massive. And as you can see, we have this massive thing right here. So what do you think this is?
I think it's something that controls probably the fire alarm system, some sort of device.
That's exactly what it is. It's a fire alarm control panel. Also, I just found out that I got into UCLA, so that's kind of a win. I'm in a really good mood right now. But also, how much do you think something like this would cost?
Probably like a couple K, probably like 3K, I would say.
That's probably how much you'd pay for this if you were having a company install it. So I'd say that's valid. And finally, how old do you think this is?
Looks pretty new, pretty decent. It's not on the wall though, so I guess it's pretty old. Probably like 8 to 10 years old.
That's pretty valid. But yeah, thank you very much. And UCLA!
Go!
Bang! Alright, who am I here with?
I'm Tin Man.
Alright, so we're going to be talking about this right here, which you might not even realize is a fire prevention device. So what do you think this is and how do you think it relates to fire safety?
I think this thing holds the door open while the fire is not happening, and then when the fire happens, this is an electromagnet which will light the thing well, and then it'll close because of this thing over here, the automatic door closer.
Very good. That is spot on. This is an electromagnetic door holder that activates or drops when the fire alarm is activated. How do you know so much about this stuff?
Because you have taught me so much over the course of like 2 years.
What a proud moment this is. This guy knows all about fire safety now. All right, thank you very much. That's right.
It was wonderful to meet my hero after seeing him on the channel.
Who's the greatest basketball player of all time?
LeBron James.
What do you respond? How do you respond to critics who say that Michael Jordan has more rings than LeBron James?
This just doesn't matter. He's the all-time leader in points, most finals appearances.
You'd say that LeBron's like undeniably the GOAT, right?
Absolutely. Michael Jordan was just an absolute shot chucker. Way more field goal attempts, way less efficient than LeBron James.
I 100% agree. All right, I appreciate it.
Well, that's going to do for today. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this very unconventional style of video. Usually, like I said, it's kind of just me talking about fire equipment, but I thought it'd be interesting to get some extra perspectives, so I hope you enjoyed that. It's also important not just for entertainment, but for education, because obviously the average person might not be as familiar with fire protection equipment as you are. So being able to understand how the average person perceives fire equipment can help you understand certain factors, such as how people would behave in an emergency, how likely people are to interact with this equipment, like the likelihood someone is to know how to use a fire extinguisher, maybe even install sprinklers in their house or property or something like that. So there certainly is an educational aspect to this, but if you like to see this kind of video, I'll definitely do it again. Just let me know in the comments below. And yeah, thank you for watching.